our Slovenian company, which also has an Albanian platoon working with them, we're given a mission to help secure a mayor of a local village who had been kidnapped by guerrilla forces that were trying to establish a foothold in the area. Those forces were replicated by the soldiers from the United Kingdom, with one platoon from Slovenia working with them as well. What happened was a fight that occurred when two forces didn't really expect to find each other where they did.
Fighting just in the middle of the trees is quite demanding when it comes to navigation and just the immediate response to fire. You know, for a lot of guys that's new, and just being able to acclimatise or just understand how they might react in that situation will set them up for success in the future.
Today went very well. The soldiers that we've had out here working with us from Slovenia, the UK, and Albania are all very highly motivated and well-trained soldiers. Their leaders have put a lot of thought and effort into planning each of these exercises, and they've gone out there and trained hard for these last 6 days, and I think it's shown with how well they've built their team.
Basic training, that was a roller coaster. You know, I got a phone call. My dad died. It was rough, you know. I found out 5 days after he died. When I was 12, I was never home. You know, I was in the streets with my friends or just crashing at people's places, and you know, just never really had a home life. When you know the affection of what a family was at that age. At that time in my life, I would say family didn't mean anything to me. First thing I did when I found out about my dad's death, I just went to the bathroom and just looked in the mirror and was like, well, I guess this is it. I mean, there was nothing hearing that type of news and knowing, you know, you have one less person showing up at your graduation. I don't know, I guess I never heard him really say, I'm proud of you. So it's a big one for me, is why. Meaning of family changed for me when, you know, got put in the foster care system. Having my own room and having food and seeing two people every day at dinner or lunch or breakfast and having them take you to school. It was nice, but it was uncomfortable at times. We're a big melting pot, you know. My parents do foster care, so I've met a lot of kids that come in and out of the house. You know, the impact you can make on their lives, it touches them. My family definitely doesn't have to do that, but they do it just because they like making a difference in people's lives. The support I've received from my Air Force family and the Air Force in general, you know, it's unfathomable. I feel like the Air Force family I have and my, you know, now family, they're really proud. I lived with this family for so long. It would feel right to have their name. The process of an adult adoption overseas, it's hectic. I would say it is worth it in the end, you know. The little message I got from my mom, she walked out of the courtroom crying happy. My name was Matthew Jefferson, and now my name is Matthew Schwartz.
They say there's something about the outside of a horse that's good for the inside of a man.
I've always felt like I was born into the horse world. I was at the Nationals representing New Mexico in Denver, Colorado, and one of the contestants' fathers came to me and told me, he goes, "You ride like you were born on the back of a horse." My horses are my children. Everything I do for them. They all have personalities. A lot of people don't think they do, but I can go and tell you the personality of every single one. This is what I have to do with my life. I have to be involved in something with horses. And I moved out here in January and started going in dressage and stuff. You know, I was of course starting at the bottom, but learning the basics and riding and just taking care of the horses and learning more and more and more. And then I got diagnosed in February with cervical cancer, and it all came to a halt. The surgery, it was very painful, and I got an infection while I was in there, so I had to stay longer than what they had anticipated, so that kind of really wore me out. I couldn't go to the barn and see the horses in the morning. I couldn't be there, I couldn't do my activities. Saddling the horses or riding or bathing, I couldn't do all of that. I had to fight to make sure my horses were well taken care of, as well as my family and everybody that I love and care around me. I wasn't finished living. I have dreams and goals that I wanted to get through. I'm very thankful to have all of my animals and support and friends and families around me. I mean, I'm very, very fortunate and lucky. A lot of people don't have anybody, and it's very sad. Especially for what we have to go through as cancer patients with the chemotherapy and the radiation. I mean, that takes a toll, and I know it takes a toll on the people that take care of us. I haven't been in the best of moods because I haven't been feeling good and stuff, but for people to stick with you and to help continue to take care of you, I mean, so thankful for that. No one can do it on their own, no. You have to always keep going forward, so. The story will be over when I die, I guess you could say, which it'll be a while, now that I beat cancer.
I'm Airman First Class Katie Leonard, and this is Slovenia.
I'm going on an adventure! Welcome aboard.
Today we'll explore the colorful architecture and lively culture of Slovenia's capital, Ljubljana, and see the picturesque views of one of Europe's best-kept secrets, Lake Bled. During most of the 20th century, Yugoslavia was on the other side of what was called the Iron Curtain. As Yugoslavia broke up into separate countries in the 1990s, Slovenia gained its independence. Located where the Mediterranean, Germanic, and Slavic worlds come together, Slovenia is in many ways a bridge between cultures. This connection is seen in the architecture of everything from the buildings to the bridges themselves.
At just over 100 years old, Ljubljana's Dragon Bridge is one of the city's most iconic features. Its image being featured in everything from brochures to gift shops throughout the country.
Another of Ljubljana's most popular destinations is the Riverfront Market, where city dwellers enjoy the opportunity to buy fresh produce right off the farm. At the end of the day, the locals convene at one of the city's many riverside cafes. Just an hour's drive from the capital is Slovenia's crown jewel, Lake Bled. For centuries, this has been where Slovenes take their guests, whether cousins or kings. Lake Bled retains an aura of the Romantic age with striking views. We asked Michelle Hardin from ITT about some of her favorite views from around Lake Bled.
I know of the castle that's behind us. It's beautiful. It has a museum, and then we have the Church of Miracles out on the lake. And you can take a boat out to the Church of Miracles, and it's just a very quiet, peaceful view, and just beautiful to look around.
Whether you want to hike to the top of the castle or paddle leisurely to the iconic island, Lake Bled has adventure in store for all ages.
I hope you've enjoyed the charms of one of Europe's most unique and beautiful hidden gems as much as I have. Until next time, keep exploring, Abbiano.
I think when your world starts to kind of fall apart, you remember every detail, every date. When we went in to find out if we were having a boy or a girl, we were so excited for that 20-week ultrasound. And instead we were told that our baby was going to be born with a neural tube defect called spina bifida. It was really rough to, have this perfect baby in your head and all the dreams that you have for your child, and then to be told that they're going to suffer this way. 3 days after Christmas, they delivered our baby. The doctors gave her 2 days to live. She lived for 22 days. She died in my arms as I sang to her. I don't think you necessarily heal from losing a child, but I think it's something that you can start to heal from. I began to heal when I realized that I wasn't alone, that my family went through this with me. I had friends that suffered similar losses right after I did. I had friends who suffered losses years before I did, and they were all there for me. We were there for each other. We have different people in different stages of grief, and we're trying to help each other cope through those things and make a second family for them here while they can't be with their family in the States. The group that I'm a part of is called the Airborne Angels. It is a pregnancy and infant loss awareness group. Basically, we come together to support each other and help each other through the loss of a pregnancy or of a baby. One of the mottos of our group is, when you're ready, we're here to listen. I think it's hard to find hope after you've lost a child. I feel like I've thought so much about what our group means and what we want out of it. I think the biggest message that we have from our group is we just want people to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that when you have people there to listen and support you, that you can make it, that the pain does lessen up a little bit, and we're here to listen.